The reason I have to stop the video and start a new video because, like I was saying, I haven't ate my breakfast, or I stopped to eat my breakfast, and after I done eating my breakfast, I went to the drugstore, like actually a grocery store. It's called Smart and Final, and I bought some pain relief for my toothaches. And pretty much I went with going with the directions on the box, and well, anyway, I'm saying that. Okay, so I'm gonna continue where I left off. Basically, before I continue, I just want to point out one thing. You know, like, I'm not gonna continue with this argument because it's gonna be it's no one. You know, it's just like I'm talking to myself, and no one would come to my PTT. It's just like I have to self-criticize myself, you know. Do I have any evidence that someone have been to my PTTS blog or my YouTube channel? So I have to self-criticize myself, and like I was just saying, at this rate, it's just really, I don't know, like, why couldn't I just you know, just like, why couldn't be like a little bit like my father, you know, just like have so much, you know, just like, why have to be like this, you know, why have to do everything on my own, carrying the weight of the world on my own, you know, why couldn't I share these weights, why couldn't I live with the community I'm in and things like that, you know, why couldn't I follow my father's example and things like that. So like, anyway, so I'm not gonna continue with this self-criticism. I'm saying that I'm just gonna put it at that, you know, just to stop just self-criticizing myself, just saying that maybe it's just, you know, like, I don't know, like maybe let's just say no one gonna watch this video, and no one cares about me, no one wanna watch this video. I don't know the reason behind it. Just say, put it for now, you know, keep it at that. No one's gonna watch this video. No one cares about my life. No one wanna acknowledge me and things like that. You know, just for now, just put it at that. And the reason I have to continue is because, you know, like, there's some background activities going on right now. I'm gonna continue while the background activities are going on. So pretty much, you know, it's just, like, I don't know how it all, like, no, I explain it, you know, step by step on my PTTS blog, you know, and my YouTube channel, going through so many, you know, it's just like one feedback would save me a lot of pain and misery, and no one would do that, you know, just for argument's sake. I don't have to keep saying this, you know, just give myself that time of, you know, just stop, please, Nang, like, please stop, you know, just keep it at no one want to watch you, no one cares about you, just stop with the self-criticism. So please, you know, like, for crying out loud, just please give me this tiny bit of break, let me finish this video. even if you hate my guts so much, you know, it's like, okay, anyway, like, as much as I don't, you know, I wish that, kind of like in a way, these words is, you want staying positive, being wishful, optimistic, you know, it's sort of like in a way, you know, just, that's all I have, you know, kind of like in a way, no, because at the end, you know, it's the living together and sharing, you know, if someone gave me one feedback, it would save me a lot of pain and misery. So at the end, you know, why have to go with all these positive thoughts, all these wishful thoughts, all these optimistic? Why couldn't just live together and sharing? You know, why have to keep being so positive? And you know, why not take that step to live together and sharing? Why have to keep searching for the positive and for the optimistic? And it's like, why can't just take that step and live together and sharing? You know, it's like, so anyway, I'm saying, you know, it's just like, pretty much, really like, say like really, um, I, you know, like, it's that one step, you know, taking that one step, leave me a feedback, save me all this pain and misery, and you know, seeing that very first step first, you know, and it's like, why couldn't just that very first step, why couldn't that happen? You know, it's like, anyway, like, I don't know, like, at this rate, you know, I'm gonna be going to do something, just, I don't know, maybe the same as my older sister Lynn, you know, just gonna commit suicide by just, at this rate, you know, just keep dwelling. Why couldn't the whole city, one person, just save me all this pain and misery, just one feedback? You know, it's like, and it's gonna keep going on and on, and just like, until I just, you know, can't take it anymore, and just drive that car and just, you know, kill myself. You know, it's like, and at the very end, you know, it's just not that, it's just keep going, just keep. It just doesn't make really much sense, you know. Just so many people in this whole city, is my surrounding. It just wouldn't one person take that one step, and I'm just gonna keep going with this so much that it's gonna end up like that. So please, you know, just like take one step back, and so crying out loud, just give me this tiny bit of break. If, you know, it's like, I don't know, like, So for crying out loud, that just give me a break on this. You know, it's like, okay, so anyway, so I pretty much I won't be able to say anything, you know. It's just like the whole video is gonna be like, why couldn't one person, the whole city, you know, leave me a feedback, and it's gonna the whole video, and then I'm gonna be so pissed off at myself at the end of the video, because at the very end it's still the same thing. No one leave me feedback. So it's like, you know, and that's just what I'm saying, you know, please give me a break on this. I don't know, like, just stop forcing me, you know, to have to come up with some reason why this have to happen to me. You know, it's like, okay, so anyway, so pretty much like, but that, anyway, just want to say that, you know, even with me saying this, it just, once this video ends, I'm just gonna go back to that, you know, why right now I'm giving myself this break, you know, that I could, you know, forgive, you know, like, go on with this video without have to keep dwelling about why couldn't I get one feedback. So right now I'm giving myself this break, but once this video is ended, I'm gonna go back to that, you know, why couldn't one person just leave me feedback, save me all this pain and misery. I'm gonna continue with that once this video ends, like I'm saying. It's just, and it's gonna be over and over every day, you know. That's part of my daily life. It's just like, why, you know, it's like, anyway, so for now, you know, I'm giving myself this break, you know. It's like, anyway, so pretty much, because I'm giving myself this break, so just want to say that at this rate, you know, keep finding, like, in a way, just like it'll just become self-criticism, you know. It's like when you keep dwell too long on that, why, you know, why. It's just like, one feedback could save me so much pain and misery. Why, you know, I've done so much for this community. Why couldn't the community just do this tiny little bit of thing? Leave me one feedback, save me all this pain and misery. You know, at this rate, it's gonna create a lot of distress and everything, you know. It's gonna, a lot of negativity, discouragement, just until, you know, I just, like I'm saying, you know, just, it's pretty much, you know, just one feedback would save me a lot of pain and misery and stop me from every day, you know, just why, and living together and sharing, and why. And it's like, okay, anyway, alright, so pretty much right now I'm giving myself that break right now, so okay, anyway, so pretty much, like finally someone show up to my house. Not actually. Let's just keep it like, someone run me over while riding my bicycle to the public library, and then the people on the sidewalk start kicking my face and spitting at me, and it's now you know why, it's like all those time, we were protecting you, and it's like now do you know why, it's like and do you still want a feedback, and it's like I don't know, pretty much like basically what I want to say is just, it's just like going against the whole San Diego and carrying the whole world weights is on my back. It's gonna have. I'm not gonna like the results. No matter how I look at it, I'm not gonna like those results. It's meant to be living together and sharing. It doesn't meant to be. I'm taking on the whole San Diego by myself. I'm carrying the whole weights of the world by myself. Never meant to be like that. So no matter how you look at it, I'm not gonna like the result. No matter it's like. So I just wanted to say a few things, to ease outcome. Once the result happened, I'm not gonna like the result because it's just never meant to be like that. One person never meant to take on the whole San Diego, or one person never meant to carry the weights of the world by himself. It's like, okay, so I'm just gonna continue while the light is turned out. So maybe when there's an opportunity in between time, I would try to turn on back the light. Okay, it's my mother talking about it. She kind of turned off the light, so I'm just gonna continue while the lights turn off. Anyway, like I was just saying that it's why, early on in life, it's just like practicing community service, practicing living together and sharing to avoid this kind of situation. It's just like no matter how you look at it, one person taking on the whole San Diego by himself, or one person carrying the weights of the world by himself, is just you're not gonna like the result. It's like, it's meant to be living together and sharing. It's like. Anyway, like, so, to give myself that tiny bit of break, it's just like to say the outcome is gonna be I'm gonna be really, it's gonna shock me very much, I'm gonna be in shock, and I'm gonna be so full of anger and hatred and everything, because, like I'm saying, no one meant to take on the whole San Diego by himself, or to carry the weights of the world by himself. So pretty much, it's just I want my right now. My thought is wanting to give myself that break. That I'm not gonna like the result because that's not meant. Life's not meant to live that way. We're supposed to live together and sharing. We're not supposed to take on the whole San Diego by ourselves. We're not supposed to carry the weights of the world by ourselves. It's like it doesn't meant to be like that. So it's my thoughts right now. I just want to give myself a break, telling me that I'm gonna be really in shock about the result because life not meant to be like that. Like the result I was saying, someone run me over, and then the crowd of people, the mobs, start kicking my face, spitting at me, and so something like that. Want to give me, it's like I don't know that it's just instead of saying that, either it's giving myself that break or just saying that I'm gonna be sunk so low and continue sinking until I'm until it's just like that's what you get. Why take on the whole San Diego by yourself? See, and why carrying the whole world by yourself? It's like we're meant to live together and sharing. It's like so it's felt like so instead of saying that I'm gonna sink very low and keep sinking until I'm just that like people basically right now it's just like people already see, like I'm saying, it's just until that point I felt like maybe I won't right now I could still do something about it. Until that point I could only say I did my best already, like I did what I can, I did my best, but I foresee that I will be sunk if I continue sinking. I have sunk so low. If I continue sinking, I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna get to that point, and when I'm at that point, it's either I'm going to hate myself. Why didn't I do something about my life when I had the chance? And so, like I'm saying right now, it's that chance that I have, but like I'm saying, it just, and to do something, it's gonna come to, why wouldn't one person leave me a feedback and save me all this pain and misery? So anyway, there's some background activities going on right now. I'm gonna continue while the background activity is going on. Nevertheless, pretty much I just want to say that when I'm at that level, let's just say it is already, I cannot defend myself. Pretty much, I have to, maybe at the mercy of the San Diego and all the, foundations, charities, like charity foundations and donation, at the mercy of that, and maybe to, so by that point, I couldn't defend myself anymore. So right now, maybe like, just wanted to say that at that point, I did what I can, and it just never meant to be like that. Life is meant to live together and share. It's not meant to for one person to take on the whole San Diego by himself, or for one person to carry the weights of the world by himself.
Bởi vì admin là nâng mà mình mọc dây vậy tha về vô tàu đi về admin chatนี่เหมือนใน chat นี่นี่อันนี้เหมือนทองเลยอ่ะเหมือน chat อันนี้ใจตึงมุมหมดเลยอ๋อได้ไปใจเลิกนี่
There's some background activities going on right now. I'm going to continue on the background activities.
mà thà lấy thà việc chạy tàu mấy là nâng vô mà bởi vì ót về bằng việc chạy tàu về miền nạp miền pi ở chỗ làm màu vừa
I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to continue the video when the background activity kind of slow down a bit. Okay, so I'm going to end this video in 3, 2, 1.